Hi there and good morning. Well, it's good morning for me at least. It's very early here in Norway and I have a cold. So I'm here in my office. What I'll do is, you see, I just wanted to talk about something I find very important. And it's got to do with survival and life quality in general as well. So what I'll do is I will put this little speech here over images and video clips, because later today I will be out in the woods here. What I want to talk to you about is it's called Stoicism, or being a Stoic. Now, I'm not going to get into the philosophical details about that concept, but here's a sentence that I want you to just think about a little bit. You don't have to feel everything. Okay? I'll say it again. You don't have to feel everything. And the reason I am saying that is because that one sentence has changed my life for the better, and it's one of the most recent improvements I have made in my life. And the reason why is that you can't really go through life being emotional about everything. Now, people are different, and some people should be much more emotional, actually. So this message goes out to those of you who have lots of emotions. I happen to be that kind of person. I have a very artistic temperament. Of course, being a novelist, it's good. You need to have those emotions, right? You need to feel them, and you need to understand emotions and how humans work. You need to understand that on a deeper level. You can't be shallow when it comes to emotions and still be a writer. That just wouldn't work. I think that what made me realize that you can't feel everything. You can't feel everything. You can't live like that. You can't feel everything. Was that I became a father, and I realized that my kids, they don't need a father who is more emotional than them. It's quite obvious, right? So I started to work with mental techniques to improve myself in that respect, and I came up with this one sentence: I don't have to feel everything. And that set me free, you know. It set me free. It really, really set me free. Of course, I have lots of emotions still, but first of all, I save those emotions for when it really matters. And also, I allow myself to postpone and delay emotions. So if you are struggling with very strong emotions, just try to give that one sentence a chance, you know. You don't have to feel everything. In fact, you can't feel everything. I mean, there is no limit to the grief that you can find in this world. So, how does this translate into survival, bushcraft, and living out in the wild, and surviving out in the wild? Now, I got a comment on my last video, and it said something like, oh, I'm fed up with all these mental health videos. Bye-bye, and something like that, it said. That's okay. I don't mind, but here's the thing. The mental aspect is the most important part of survival. And it doesn't matter if you're the best fire maker, hunter and fisherman and shelter builder in the world, if you can't, if your mind is not where it should be, you know, if your head is not where it should be, you will die in such in a survival situation. And let us just bring this concept of Stoicism into a survival situation. Most people who survive out in the wild, I mean, after a plane crash, something like that, they say that they felt they had a purpose to live. They needed to live. I mean, to see their kids again, and to, you know, they had things to do. So they had something that kept them alive and that kept that engine running. But also they seem to be able to switch off those emotions or bury them deep inside, you know, so that they don't affect their actions. So fear, for instance, sadness, grief if someone dies near, you know, someone you're with dies. You recognize those emotions, but you don't let those emotions rule. You feel them for a short while, and then you're finished. You delay them, and you say to yourself, okay, I can feel this when I get back home, but not now. Now I need to survive. Now I need to do this and that, and remain stoic. So I think actually the ability to remain stoic is the most important part of survival in any situation. Emotions are not your friend in a survival situation. Well, it can be if you need to fight, and you know, I mean, people who get very scared can, you know, that fear can make them fight very hard, and love, of course. You have your kids back home, you know, a wife back home, and the love for them will keep you going. But I would say that the ability to control your feelings is essential in a survival situation. Now, I have never been in a survival situation except once, and it was lasted just a few seconds, or maybe a minute. I was windsurfing. I fell out in the water, and I get, you know, you're holding the rig, you know, the sail, mast, sail, and everything, and I got one of the straps that I won't get into details, but there's a strap hanging to the boom there, and I got my head stuck between the strap and the boom, and it was underwater. So I had to remain calm while I got myself out of that, and if I hadn't remained calm, I would have drowned. So that's one situation, but maybe not so extreme. Still, it was serious, and I managed to remain calm. So that's my talk for today. I just wanted to bring this concept of Stoicism into the whole survival equation, because I find it very useful in daily life, and I find it to be, as I say, maybe the most important part of being able to survive. So let me know in the comments what you think. Is this a concept that's, I mean, new to you, or is it something you're already practicing? And also, just let me say that don't want to get political here, but there was some governmental paper released in the USA, I think it was. And Stoicism was listed there. Now, I don't know who wrote that, but I mean, clearly they don't know what they're talking about. Stoicism is very useful, and I think we should all practice Stoicism. The great Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, that's Marcus Aurelius in American, he's known as a great Stoic philosopher, and of course there were, I can't remember them now, but you know, the old Greek philosophers, some of them were known as Stoics. So this is, the concept of Stoicism is a very important part of our Western culture here, our European culture. And as I said, it's very useful. It doesn't mean having no emotions, it just means controlling emotions. As I say, emotions can be postponed, delayed, and it's something that we should practice. And by the way, I see people, you know, in social media, some people, they seem to have no control of their emotions whatsoever. They just feel and then they write, they don't think. So Stoicism is needed in this day and age. So if you can, remain stoic. And that's my talk for today. I am not going to do just talks on this channel. Of course, this is not a channel where I just talk. It's just because I have a cold and I really don't know if I'll be able to talk out in the rain. It's raining today. Or if I will even be able to go out later today. If not, you'll just see my face in this video all through the talk. So I promise to get back to more bushcrafty and Viking themed videos. Just wanted to share this with you, and again, let me know what you think in the comments, and have a wonderful day. Take care and bye bye.